We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, the former Houston Cougar, Case Keenum.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
Look at Pat. Look at Nicky.
It's off at the 30.
Good job,
These
Nicky.
guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is
Nicky.
when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 6 catches, 101 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the number one ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 18 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their #8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On second down, here's Keenum. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Keenum now to throw. They set up the screen to Booker. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
So there's 7 that drop back. Take what they give you, Ben.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This is Scarborough. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. James has got it, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. It was Darian Stewart that time who was able to knock the pass away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now a 1st down throw. Keenum complete out right to Jake Buck. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stop the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
Good job, Chicolo.
Here's Marquette King now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Sessions.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Adam Jones, the longtime NFL corner, able to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they're not going to get a playoff here as time will expire on this first quarter. 3-0 is our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Scarborough. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Roethlisberger. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Man, if you could throw a spiral, man. He had that guy beat, man. He's got him beat. Can't even throw a spiral, dog.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete here. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James.
Way to check out of the Ben.
First touchdown on the year.
Way to check out of it.
The Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them.
Way to
when
check
all else
out of
fails.
it, Ben.
Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
Throw him open. Way to throw him open. Way to throw him open.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. A gain of 3, second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A second down carry for Booker. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Keenum. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch there for Thomas. It's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. And a catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Shea.
And it's the linebacker, Shea McClellan, with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now it's Freeman, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Keenum. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Good job on TV.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Damn, Ben.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Guys.
Keenum to Sanders for the Denver 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Guys,
they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to weigh in Hampshire Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To the air again, Keenum. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Keenum. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better, that they work on training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing, dog?
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Chris Harris on that. Oh.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger.
Oh, goddamn, Ben!
A 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And that gives him now 3.
I mean, God, Ben. But this is why we fucking run the ball, because look, run the ball with your quarterback. I mean, there's 3 guys, so that means they dropped 8. You're not going to complete that pass, man.
Receptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
I mean, you're just not going to complete it.
Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Going to throw right side here. Complete. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Keenum. This is Booker on the dump off. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, here's Keenum. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Keenum on first down. Drops it underneath for Booker.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's just running through people.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
He's going to get it running right.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Look at this. It's Thomas. Touchdown,
fucking kidding me.
Demaryius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
What the fuck was that, man? What are you doing? It's... Oh, my... You just let him run right by you, Nicky.
And the Broncos are in for 6. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to...
I mean, you just let him run right by you.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead is now 14-10. Switzer now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start things on 1st down with Bo Scarborough. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Freaking halftime.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little. Things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, how did they not get, wow. Take this shit to halftime.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay.
So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And
he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Adam Gotsis able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And his throw here is incomplete.
Oh, man.
Able to make the play defensively. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Ben on third and long. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Keenum to throw on second down. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Booker on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Running again, and again it's Booker. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
So statistically, Both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Throwing is Keenum on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. With it is Brown. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start off with a give to Scarborough. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick.
I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, tell me how that's not pass interference. He's running right through our guy.
And it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And an alley to run. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
It's face mask.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They try again with Scarborough. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger.
Oh,
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 12.
that's it, Ben. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Seen enough. Seen enough, man. Take a seat.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll run with Booker across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There's Keenum now on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Broncos on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Keenum. Looking long for Thomas. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Marquette King now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now Brown uses the spin. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The drive starts on the ground with Scarborough. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Now it's the backup Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. If you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Bo Scarborough, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
Wow.
And Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 17-14. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Keenum now on 1st down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. Devontae Booker, the man he was trying to get it to. 3rd down here.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Marquette King now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Blocking offensive line. Look at Flyers. I'm getting to the 2nd level.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. It's Scarborough again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And they'll run it here. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Keenum. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, now Keenum. And that's incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Marquette King now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
That don't help you, dummy.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do.
Good job, Bo! That's a big run.
He's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Good job, Bo. Oh yeah, look, you saw that guy. You got to run away from the angle. Freaking Le'Veon couldn't have done that. A freaking Coochie, he probably been hurt. Oh, I hurt my toe when I was cutting, trying to put it in the ground.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, They're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Here's Rudolph now on second down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Now it's Rudolph. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Berry on to punt as he gets this one away. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field.
Good job.
He's going to be intercepted a third time.
Good job,
Picked off at the 24.
Nicky.
And he's
Good job, Nicky.
Down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Defense.
Decline that. Good job, Nicky.
Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
If I accept the
So
fucking
a loss
penalty,
of 5,
tell
and
me
it'll be second down.
they keep the ball.
Gotta figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Scared? Right now.
Here's Rudolph, eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph.
Damn, that's pass interference! This guy can't do that!
Vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not.
I mean, this guy cannot do this, man. Watch this. You can't do that. That's pass interference. Oh, fucking cheating, fucks.
Thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Now Case Keenum and the offense heading back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Drops it underneath for Booker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on second down is Keenum. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
We gotta come. We gotta come. We gotta come.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Keenum. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there at 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year.
I mean, how do you not even get touched?
Taking the lead.
How do you not even get touched on defense?
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late.
Thanks,
but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Oh, man.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the
dropping
game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
They're dropping 8
What
guys.
exactly is going on? Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Back to throw.
In the middle.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free. And brings up 3rd down.
Man.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got...
I mean, they're dropping 7, man. I mean, where are you going to go with the football? They're dropping 7 guys. I mean, you can see it. Guys, we got 4 guys in the pattern. They got 7 guys back there.
Move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the
he didn't even play last week.
Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out.
He ain't got no 3 interceptions this game.
Driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding
Ben
teams,
threw all those fucking
but creating big
interceptions.
plays for themselves.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Freeman again. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On 3rd down, that's Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. They get it to him running left.
Good job! Good job! Good job!
The game winner.
Good job!
Stages. So for those of little
Good
faith,
job,
guess what?
Mason!
They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest.
Big
I
Ben.
wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline.
Good job. Good job, Samuels.
Before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Boswell good with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. A four-play drive spanning 80 yards, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Good job, Mason. You are now the starter. Big Ben, that freaking idiot, tried to get his game away.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he's going to be
And no time came off.
Return
This
way
guy
back at the
fields the
11.
ball, makes a move, and no time came off the clock. These cheap brats.
Now it's Keenum. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Man, are you guys crazy?
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Oh, wrong, man.
One final try now for Keenum. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's in.
Good job, guys. Way to come back and steal this one. Coach Gill out.